Let's get her on. GD in the building. What's up, sis?
Hey, hello.
It is good to have you. Welcome in.
I swear, I feel like I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet someone famous today. I'm super nervous. I'm like sweating.
What are you talking about? You better not be talking about us.
Yeah.
Meet somebody famous. You're so funny. I appreciate you taking up your time and coming to hang out with us. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about this. It was funny. I was at work today. I was like, I wonder what he's going to ask me. So I'm having everybody at my work, all my employees, ask me questions.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it got out of hand, though. I was like, all right, I don't think he's going to ask me this. This is just digging.
Yeah. Some people just wanted dirt on you from your job. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I promise we'll be we'll behave with the questions. I think they're fun. I think they're going to be really interesting. My goal for everybody in the channel who's hanging out, welcome in, Dougie Fresh, by the way. I love you, brother. My goal is for us to leave feeling like we got a chance to know you on a level that we wouldn't be able to get normally, or like when you're streaming. So, I don't want to pry, I don't want to dig, but I also want to get to know, what's up with you, where you come from, how you became to be the person you are. And so, yeah, I like to keep it in that vein, and we just kind of go from there,
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So it's going to be a good time. I'm actually going to do something a little weird tonight, too. You're the first person who we're going to start this off with. So I got to tell you guys, as we get going here, I've been talking to and becoming friends more and more as I've decided to do this like podcasting thing. A buddy of mine who is a streamer and podcaster himself is a guy named Travis, and he owns a company called Poddex. And Poddex is essentially this like, I would call Poddex like a streamer's toolbox, a podcaster's toolbox. And you can download an app off of his website, and you can also purchase off his website these little packs. If you've ever played like Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples, very similar vibes. But these are like geared towards a podcaster, towards a streamer, and each colored deck has a different title. So I've got an episode deck, an interview deck, a would you rather deck, a second interview deck, and then the one we're going to play a little bit tonight is called What the Heck. So I'm super excited. Right. I'm super excited to open these up. Travis is a great guy. Like I said, he's got a wonderful website. You can follow him on all the social medias. He's just at Poddex. He runs a lot of really, really awesome giveaways, and a lot of like, he provides a lot of really cool tools for people who are kind of doing a podcast stream or have a small podcast themselves that they're trying to get off the ground. Think like the Harris Heller of podcasts, right? Like Harris has the Stream Beats thing going on, and Travis, I think, has this like Poddex thing going on. So
I'm excited.
I promised him that today we would feature some stuff off of his deck, and I think the first handful of questions that we'll ask you will come straight off the deck. Does that sound good?
I'm down.
We'll get rolling.
Wait, we got What the Heck?
This is called What the Heck.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Lady, good to see you, by the way. Welcome in.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I actually I haven't gone through all the decks. I did a little bit of thumbing through this deck, but not a lot. So I don't know. We'll just have to get into it and see how we feel, all right? Okay. Here we go. The first question. If humans came with a warning label, what would your warning label say?
Ooh, Stage 5 clinger.
Oh, that's so good. That's a good label.
I'm like, seriously, I'm a Stage 5 clinger.
Are you?
Like, once I'm there, I'm there.
Once you're there, you're there. That is so funny.
Can't get rid of me.
Just attached at the hip.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. That's good. I haven't heard that term in forever. I feel like that was like popularized by a movie, but that's a good one. That always makes me laugh.
They had the meme for a while.
That's right. Yeah, I actually watched a video. The girl who is like famous for that meme, she is like back in the news and did like a BuzzFeed video that's like 15 minutes long that talked about how she did that meme and then like everything that happened to her after, which is really interesting. Yeah, it's really yeah. If you look up, I think, what was it called? Crazy Girlfriend, like whatever the meme was originally. If you just look that up, you'll see it. It's on YouTube. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Gas Frog with the tier 1 for 4 months. Thank you for showing love.
Hi, guys.
We love Gas Frog. If I'm not mistaken, Gas is one of your mods?
Yeah, it was one of those things like he wasn't a mod, but he's always there.
Yeah.
And then like it kind of was like you can just have the band hammer, you know. He just runs around swinging it in my stream, but it's totally fine.
Yeah, no, he's great. We love Gas Frog.
He protects me from the creeps, you know.
He does. And actually, Gas, you'd be a good candidate for some of these packs from Pod Decks. This is not a hashtag ad. This isn't like a sponsored segment. I just promised Travis that I would show some of these off. I've used his app before to sort of set up some of the questions that we're going to use. But in general, I really wanted to make sure that Gas Frog knew, because I know Gas has a really cool interview style podcast thing that he's been doing on his Twitch stream too. So Gas, thank you for the tier 1. We love you, brother. I appreciate you. Stage 5 Clinger. I would probably say, I don't know, a warning label. Loud and obnoxious. I don't know. I feel like that would be a way to describe me. I'm an extroverted extrovert. So you would need to know, like, earplugs maybe, warning, like decibels. I don't know what the catchy warning label would be, but it would be something in the realm of he's loud, be careful.
Yeah, I see you like having music blasting at all times, just vibing all the time.
All the time. It is it's easily the most influential thing that's ever been a part of my life is music. So definitely. Okay, you ready for number 2?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Wavesy, welcome in, by the way.
Hey, Wavesy.
What is the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home?
Ooh.
I know.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I went to somebody's house. They had a Ziploc bag.
Okay. I'm following.
Filled with like to-go ketchups, and it was tucked under their coffee table in their living room.
What?
I know. And I was just like, okay, well, you know, maybe you really need it. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. I'll never forget that.
Hold that thought, GD.
Do you have a Ziploc bag full of ketchup? Oh no. Oh no. This is happening. That's so funny. He really does. I'm a little nervous, guys. Not gonna lie. Yo, what's up, Monkey Ant? Wavesy. How's it going? What is that? Yeah, well,
it is ketchup in a Ziploc bag.
But like a large gallon-sized one underneath your coffee table, or was that in your kitchen?
So no, this one was in the kitchen, and it's
now it's on your desk. Now
it's I was gonna say I'm trying to make sure it's like not it's not like zoomed into my face. This is definitely Rita's. She's the condiment connoisseur in the house, and literally, it's so strange that you just said that, because earlier today I was in like a random miscellaneous drawer that we have in the it's kind of in the dining room space. And I was looking for like batteries. I was in one of those battery drawers. And sure enough, there was a Ziploc bag of to-go ketchups. You couldn't have said something more random. And it's like really so freaking me out that just today I found these over there. Like, oh my God. I'm kind of freaked out.
Okay, well, that is so funny.
I'm kind of freaked out. And I don't quite understand what's going on. But I think Rita started doing this at the start of the pandemic just because, like, we weren't sure.
Listen, we might run out of packet ketchup.
Exactly. We weren't really
and
sure.
And then what would we have but mustard?
Right. And there's like a couple like Chick-fil-A sauces in there. There's a couple things going on, but in general, that is a Ziploc bag of condiments. Funny. So it's the weirdest thing you've seen in 2 houses, I guess.
This facts.
I
have to get something weirder now. I don't know.
I was gonna say that. Well, to be fair, I don't think that's pretty weird. So
it is.
I
mean, at least it's
I'm
not
mad
underneath
at
the coffee table.
That's true. And well, if we had a coffee table, she probably would have put it over there and had it in the coffee table. That's for sure. That is so bizarre. I'm like completely thrown off. I don't even know if I have an answer.
We have to end 21 questions. It's all over.
That's it.
I can't.
Thank you for coming. It's been great to have you guys.
Bye.
That's it. Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like this is a little general, and I'm kind of coming off the top of my head here, but I think like taxidermied stuff is weird. Like I'm not a person who hunts, and I damn sure am not hunting an animal and then putting its like dead body's head on the wall. It's like a standard thing. Like that's not as like crazy, but that's got to be the most weird thing I've ever seen. Or like it's like a little meerkat and he's in like a pose like mid walk or some shit. I don't know. That stuff weirds me out.
That's funny.
Okay, you ready? Speaking of, if you could talk to one species of an animal, what would it be? So you can't talk to all of them, just one. So you're going dog. Instant.
I do. So I do rover.
What's that?
So I do rover. I dog sit. So
is that like an app?
Yeah. So it's an app you download, and if you need someone to watch your dog, you select somebody on there. I'm 5-star rating, by the way.
I love it.
But you select somebody
Check her out
there.
on Rover.
Yeah. So you select them, and then you like pick the days. I charge them by night, and then I watch their dog. I actually have a dog right now that I'm watching.
No way.
Yeah, it's Golden Doodle.
That's cute.
She's like 4 months old. She's
my gosh.
She's crazy.
Has to be adorable, right?
Super adorable.
Oh,
I'll bring her in here at some point.
Okay, fair enough.
She won't leave me alone, and then I'll have to like hold her.
How long have you been doing that? Is there like a special training you need to get in order to do that?
No, I mean, like I've always had dogs growing up my entire life. And then like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, I kind of started like doing it just to make extra money.
Okay.
And then I took a break for it for a while, and then I started back up, and I was doing pretty well. I got it back off the ground, and then COVID happened, and then so like from like April to whatever, but now I'm back up to it. And I mean, it's good if you like. I have a fenced-in backyard.
Oh, perfect.
And my border collie loves to run and play. Yeah. So I mean, I've watched. On Thanksgiving, I had 5 dogs, and but I only keep the cool, chill dogs. Like,
sure.
I actually have this video where I have my like love seat, my couch, and I have like a little like century chair going on.
Okay.
And there's a dog sitting in every spot, and the football game's on, and I'm just like, I walk out there and I look at them, and I'm like, you guys are watching the football game? And they're just like lounging on the couch. I'm
chilling.
Like, easy money.
That's easy. Not only is it easy money, that's like it just has to be like a warm feeling, like being around dogs all the time.
Yeah, and I love dogs. I mean, they're good dogs. I love them.
That's so fun.
I'm like attached to some of these dogs.
Sure. I mean, so are you always having other people's dogs, or are they like maybe dogs from a shelter or dogs that don't have a home yet? It's always somebody else's dog.
It's always somebody else's dog.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I have one person's dog that I think I've watched literally half of the year.
No way.
Ella, she looks like a little like Ewok.
Oh
She's
my
like
God.
The ugliest looking thing, but she is the sweetest and she loves me.
Yeah.
And so like they just booked with me over Christmas. So I'm like, well, you're basically family, so you're getting Christmas presents too, along with Charlie.
I love that. That is so cool. Great answer. I definitely love dogs. I feel like dogs are a great answer. I feel like just to understand, I would say cats. I think cats are a little harder to read in terms of like how they feel. I grew up with cats. I feel like I'm a dog person, but I had a cat in the house and I never knew what that little son of a gun was trying to do.
Right.
I always feel like a cat could just reach up and kill you. So if I could talk to any of them, it would be them, just for like self-preservation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like the cat would be like, you look at you, be like, what are you looking at, punk?
I know.
Where a dog's like, hey, so guess what today? A car drove by, and then a person walked by.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then you like have something like really like talk about.
Yeah, no, that's true. I feel like dogs definitely don't want to be bothered, so that makes sense. Real quick, Wavesy, thank you so much for the follow. It is great to have you. Is Wavesy a part of your community, GD?
Yeah, so he's one of the streamers that I started following probably like way back 6-7 months ago when I started streaming.
Yeah.
And he's young. He's got the coolest growing in mustache. He is cracked at Fortnite.
Yes.
But I've been a part of his community and supported him because I believe in him. And he's yeah, he's going.
That's
He'll go
fantastic.
places. I believe in that.
I love that. I love that. Well, Wavesy, thank you for the follow. Thank you for hanging out with us and spending time on your Thursday night kicking it with me and GD. If GD signs off on you, you're good in my book. So I'll definitely come back through and see what's up with you and show some love. So thank you. Livy's in the building. Moist and Loin, it's good to see you. Love having you here, sis. I hope you're doing well. Wild Gamer, our boy. This is for both of you. If you guys had to make a movie about your life, who would you pick to play you in the movie?
Ooh.
I know.
Well, people say I look like Anne Hathaway.
Okay, I can see it a little bit.
But
she's a great actress.
Yeah.
It'd be a good movie.
Yeah, I'd probably pick her. I mean, she looks like me.
And solid. Because I stream on Twitch and he now streams on Twitch, oftentimes I get Logic, like that I look a lot like Logic.
I can see that.
I would say though, especially with like having my hair cut on the sides and long and curly on top. Do you remember Smart Guy from our youth? Do you remember the show Smart Guy on like Disney Channel?
Oh man, no.
Smart Guy was like, I'm pretty sure he's the little brother of, do you remember Sister?
Yeah.
With the twins? Okay, so they have a little brother in real life, and Smart Guy he had a show, and he was hella cute, and that's my guy. I love Taj Mowry.
Out there, he's hella cute.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's a good looking guy. So yeah, I'd pick Smart Guy, the actor who played Smart Guy. That'd be my guess. Mighty Frog, welcome in. Good to have you, brother. D-Box, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. All right, GD, let's keep going.
I have to point this out to everybody.
Go.
Look at this. Fortnite matching shares.
Let me get out of the way.
Look at this.
It was meant to be. We had, I think the first time you came and said hello to me, you were like, oh my God, we have the same chair. Which is so fun. And of course, like GD's repping our Kimbroplays merch. You're too kind. Too kind to us. Thank you for all the love and support.
I have like 3 shirts now.
You're a legend. Literally, I think you have more Kimbroplays merch than Mrs. Kimbroplays. You're a legend, and we appreciate your support so much. So thank you for that. Wild, thank you for the biddies. Great question. Thank you guys. You guys are always welcome to interject and ask any questions that you guys have for us in here. But with that said, we got a couple more. I think I picked out like 6 or 7 of this deck. So let's keep going. This one's kind of fun. And there's a part 2 to this question because I actually don't know what you do for a full-time job. But It says, if your office had a show and tell for adults, what thing would you be the most proud to display in adult show and tell at work?
We're most proud of?
Yeah.
Maybe my vinyl collection.
Your vinyl collection, like vinyl, like audio.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're into collecting records?
Yeah. So I have a 1955 Magnavox that I found at like this like antique store, and I bought it. And then I have obviously like my Sony one, that you plug in. And then I had a portable one.
Okay.
And then but when I first started working, I actually work in dentistry.
Okay.
So when I first started working in dentistry, one of my patients came in because we always talk about music because I like all sorts of music, but I like a lot of like jam bands. I like a lot of like old classic stuff, a lot of jazz, like you know because you like music.
Yeah.
But like, listen, I can put on some jazz music and clean the house and rock out just as hard as something that like it's newer and modern.
Sure.
And so yeah, I had patients like bring me vinyls, and then my collection grew. And if I had that, I would bring it in because we play music at my office, and everybody like absolutely loves it. They're always like singing Queen in the office. They're like, "This office is good music," and I'm like, "Yeah, I cannot sit there and listen to like elevator music all day. I will stab myself in the face."
That is amazing. I love that actually. I don't have a vinyl collection, but I grew up with my parents loving music and having a bunch of different vinyl. And then when I met Rita, her dad has worked in the music industry for his entire professional career. He worked at Warner Brother Records for a long time, and he now collects and has this fantastic collection of vinyl, and has like an Amazon store that he sells, and he'll go to like different record shows and trade and swap and sell some of his stuff from his collection. So I don't know a ton about it. I've been around it my whole life, and I'm super impressed. That's very, very cool. Very, very cool.
Listen, should do a vinyl playing, so just sit there and drink wine.
I was gonna say, you should do a vinyl like collection stream and show off like your most prized pieces. I think that would be so fun.
Right. Then it'd just go down a black hole and I'd be there forever.
Hey.
That's like me, like that one topic about music. Like we can't do it because it'll just be like, all right, so this one time, this one concert,
Sure.
this one show, this one festival, let's go. And then like 44 hours
Look,
later, you know?
I'm telling you, I think there's a market for it on Twitch. I think you should definitely do it. At the very least, make a YouTube video and put it out and let people see like that part of you, because I think that's really cool. Wild Gamer had said earlier, you and Jensen would get along. Do you know our friend Jensen Rose?
Yeah, I think I followed her that one day.
Yeah, we had her on a 21 Questions, and she was awesome. But she's just like you. She's a huge vinyl record collector and is really proud of her collection and loves music. I think that would be really cool. You guys should link up and like just talk about your experience, or just nerd out for a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of other chicks in your stream that I've like linked up with and have become good friends with.
I've been so lucky at the wonderful people we've come across on Twitch so far. Just the list is so massive and so special to me at this point that I can't say enough good things about everybody who we've met. So yeah, I think I love seeing that. I'm sure you see that too with your community, and there's just something about like, this little corner of Twitch is so small, and the small streamer community certainly is so interconnected. I mean, you're never more than one or two people away from knowing somebody. So it's pretty cool to see people that link up and become friends and start to support each other and the whole 9 yards. It's pretty fun. All right, a little bit of house cleaning. Thank you guys so much for the bits. You do not need to do that. Wavesy, thank you for the 5 biddies. Dust for the 5 biddies. Big Simpin' KJ says she loves us. She's lurking. My brand new friend Veronica, she's here on a work call but lurking, and says you both are awesome. It's very, very sweet of you. Ilmatic says, what's up? It's good to see you, brother. He says this is dope. He's enjoying it. That's very fun. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending some time with us on your Thursday. Okay, I didn't answer. If I had to show my office, show and tell, oh my gosh, I would probably
show them the bag of ketchup.
Bring in the bag of ketchup. That's true. I would probably get fired. They'd be like, this dude's weird. We're out.
HR.
It's probably, I would probably have to bring like, I have Ohio State football helmets. I have like 2 full-size Ohio State football helmets that I am I love. It's like I have this weird affinity for helmets and like the way they look, the different styles of them. It's very strange, but I would probably bring those in and like wear them and like headbutt people in the office. Just like...
All right. Well, if you're not getting fired by the ketchup, you're definitely getting fired by the helmet.
Yeah, HR's still gonna get me no matter what. That's amazing. Yeah. Hayden, welcome in. It's good to have you. Lack, we love you. Thanks for being here. Ilmatic says, I got to go to work, but lurking, my friend. Thank you so much. It's good to have you guys. Happy Thursday. Okay, last couple ones off this pack. When you were a kid, did you have any posters on your wall? If so, what posters did you have?
Probably the Spice Girls.
Oh, big Spice Girls fan, huh?
Yeah. Spice Girls is where it was at. I really didn't care too much about Britney or Christina.
Okay.
Oh, I remember vividly though, before the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
The biggest, Justin Timberlake with the curly hair and the baby blue, and it was massive, and like it had like his info, like he's from Tennessee.
Oh, his like
baby
his
blue
stats.
and blah blah blah.
Sure.
Like I remember that one vividly. Like this is like way back. I mean, they've obviously progressed over the time. I actually worked at a movie theater when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And I would get all the movie posters.
Oh, that's cool.
And at one point I had like my whole red hair.
Yeah.
And just like posters all over the wall, you know, stuff like that.
I love that. No, that's really funny. And I actually have a question in here that I wasn't going to ask you, but because you worked at a movie theater, it feels like it's fitting. I'll save it for a little later. I won't forget. But that's very cool. I mean, you started with just the Spice Girls, but then you took us down a full rabbit hole of movie posters and the whole 9 yards.
This is what I'm saying. You can't have a conversation with me. I mean, like, it's gonna go to a full-on rabbit hole.
No. Listen, as a person who's trying to put on an entertaining podcast, there's nothing better than a guest who takes a simple question that you ask, and you guys end up way the hell down here on some other topic. I promise.
It's Gemini.
I promise. It's totally cool. Okay, so like, working in a movie theater, did you have like a particular poster that you got from the movie theater that you loved or that you had for a long time and cherished?
I had a few. You remember when like Hills Have Eyes came out?
I remember the movie. I'm a terrible scary movie person, so I didn't watch it, but I definitely remember hearing about it.
Okay, let me think of like around that time, Rocky 3.
Okay.
Like Charlotte's Web that came out. So like, I mean, this is
Charlotte's Web.
Probably my age now.
I was gonna say, is that Christina Ricci? Was she Charlotte's Web?
I don't know.
She was like the girl. She was like the daughter in the Addams Family.
Yeah, I don't remember, but all I know is like not really a poster.
Okay.
Like specifically, but you know those giant cardboard billboard things?
Yes, like the one like that you'd have in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and my friends brought one to my house. I lived at the time, my brothers shared a bedroom, and I lived up on the loft, and I brought that home, and it was a giant. It's the lady's like face, and it's like her hand, or like the guy's hand on her face, and she's like scared. But I brought that home and put that like behind my wall, and that was like the biggest. It took the whole wall up.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm such a weirdo.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
But no, a lot of the posters that I got, if someone liked it, I would take it off my wall and give it to them. You know, because I just kept on getting them.
Sure, I was gonna say you had access to them all the time.
Yeah, it was cool. That was probably one of my favorite jobs, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like the usher, concession. I did everything. I even went and they taught me how to change the film out. So
okay,
I like that job.
Yeah,
and then
that sounds super fun.
You do this.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. That's so funny. The poster part reminds me. Rita's dad got from his job a full-size body cardboard cutout of it was a promo item from back when he worked, of Josh Groban. Remember, like, the singer Josh Groban? Yeah. He has like that really deep voice and curly hair. For the longest time, they have this extension off the back of their house, and he had Josh Groban set up like in the window staring out, so like if you were an intruder, you'd see like the silhouette of a person and stuff. And
very Home Alone.
Yes, very Home Alone, exactly. And it was like a makeshift it was like a makeshift home security system of sorts, which is pretty funny. That's what that reminds me of. Okay, so Hayden redeemed Make Me Dab in the chat, so that's for you, Hayden. Yeah. We love you. The full Kimbroplays dab. And you guys can spam the emotes. We appreciate it. Hooli says Dakota Fanning. I think that's who the actress is in that movie. Dakota Fanning.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been so long, and I didn't watch that.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning, who's a legend. She was in some scary stuff for a long time. Okay, I'm supposed to answer with the posters. It's not a very fun answer, but Ohio State football stuff was everywhere in my house.
I was hoping
everywhere
that you were going to say Justin Timberlake.
I do love JT.
I know, but I was hoping that you had like the exact same poster because you had the exact same chair, and that would have been epic.
Yeah. But, it would have been epic. No, I've always been a JT fan. I was also Team NSYNC over Team Backstreet Boys.
Same.
That was no contest, not even close. But no, I used to. My mom worked at Ohio State, and we were fortunate enough to have season football tickets. And if you don't know, if you guys are not used to major college football, Ohio State is one of the like most prominent college football teams in all of the country and have been for decades. And the stadium holds like 100,000 people. It's this huge, massive coliseum. And we were lucky enough to have tickets growing up. And every time you go to a game, you'd get a program. And inside the program, they'd have like full page, photos that they'd capture of the players. And so I did like floor to ceiling of every inch of my wall with different Ohio State players, and like had an accent wall of Ohio State posters on my wall. So, yeah, it's not nearly as cool as your movie posters from where you worked, but I've definitely been a movie or an Ohio State sports fan for as long as I can remember. And that's probably why I cry when they lose. Like it's a deep passion that runs really deep. So,
yeah.
Okay. You ready? We're going to keep it moving. Describe your sense of humor in one word.
My sense of humor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Insane?
Insane?
I just have the most insane sense of humor. Like,
yeah.
some things that, just some things that I read or like memes or things like that.
Sure.
I laugh so hard at,
yeah.
and then I'm like, oh wait, I shouldn't be laughing.
I shouldn't be laughing.
And I can't and then I'm like, I can't show anybody this.
Yeah.
You're gonna judge me.
You're one of those people. I feel that.
No. Yeah, I'll send you some stuff off stream later.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, okay, she's mental.
No, I love that. That's really funny, and I think I would probably say for me, this isn't really one word. Like maybe if we combine them together, but like. Well, I guess I could say the first one. I would say like Vine. Like I was going to say TikTok, but like that's definitely my sense of humor. Like short cuts, very, very like witty, clever, goofy. Like something about that style is just right in my wheelhouse. And that's probably why I'm addicted to it. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm not the kind who gets deep into the comments section of a post or anything like that. But I will lose 35 minutes just scrolling through TikToks or Vines back when they were a thing and just get lost and just laugh. Definitely my sense of humor. I feel that. Yeah. Wild Gamer says, this one's for both of you guys. What's one thing that has made you a better person?
Ooh. Probably just how I grew up.
Yeah?
For sure.
Your upbringing?
Yep. The lifetime movie upbringing,
Okay.
So.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's long story short, okay. It's like, let's see, I'm one out of 9. I just found out I had a brother. My mother's gone. My father's gone. I was homeless. Oh my it's gosh. But honestly, that's why I think I'm such a better person nowadays. Yeah. I don't ever talk about it. I'm not one that I have to relive it or I blame it on my past. But yeah, I can definitely say hands down that my upbringing has made me who I am. Sure. And I love it. Yeah. I wouldn't change anything.
It's your story. Yeah. No, well, thank you for sharing, the little tidbits you did. That's amazing and crazy. And, I only know a small piece of your journey, but the part that we get a chance to observe, I'm super proud of you and how far you've come and where you are. That's pretty special. And it actually reminds me, Tanbland, when he was on here, had very similar comments. He didn't have the upbringing, that he, maybe would have chosen for himself, but mentioned how grateful he is that it played out the way it did, so he could be the person he is today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely get that. The upbringing, that's a huge one. I would say for me, upbringing is a good one, and I don't want to steal your response. So I'll change it up. I will actually say, dating. I'll say it as dating. I know a bunch of people, especially from where I'm from in Columbus, the high school sweetheart story is a beautiful story. And kudos to anybody who finds their person that early in the process. That was not my story. And when you go through
She
college.
was too busy chasing a grocery bagger, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Rita's story. She was busy over there chasing after Joel the bagger.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel really, really fortunate to have just gone through my like career dating life, and every single time a relationship started and ended, I learned something, and I just kind of like refined it and got better and got better and got better. So I wouldn't be where I am today, especially in terms of like the qualities that I really appreciate about myself, without that part of my history. So thank you for that question, Wild. That's a deep one, but I appreciate it. All right, GD, you ready? We're gonna keep it going.
Yep.
Couple more. Have you ever been attacked or bitten by an animal?
Yes.
Ooh. Ouch.
A Basset Hound bit me right through my hand.
Ow.
Right through.
Yikes. Did you have to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as it bit me, my hand was like a baseball. And they had to like put stuff on it. I had to wake up and clean the bandages every so often. And they had to give me a shot. It was craziness.
Yeah.
It was my buddy's dog. I was like petting him, and he just went off.
Jeez.
And a Basset Hound too. Like,
I was gonna say,
all dogs, a fat, lazy Basset Hound. Seriously, it's embarrassing. I'm gonna say it was a Rottweiler.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could change it to a full-grown gray wolf that you met in the wild. Some other breed. No, that's really weird. I would never expect a Basset Hound to behave like that.
Yeah, I know. I have. You can like see the scar.
Still a scar.
Here, it went right through my hand.
Yo, imagine you couldn't game anymore.
Oh, trust me. I fell the other day.
Oh no.
After my stream, because his dog, like, he's always under my feet. This is what I'm watching.
Yeah.
And I tripped and I fell. And instead of like using my hand,
of course,
I landed on my knee.
Better duck and cover.
Yeah, you should see my knee.
It's banged up, huh?
Oh, it's so banged up. I'm like, I have to go to Chris's party, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm putting a Band-Aid on it. I'm just gonna get a Star Wars Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. I'm rocking it.
It'll be fine. No, it's funny. It's kind of funny you mentioned that, because I had always heard of athletes doing it, but I'm sure, really high level professional streamers probably you can get like body part insurance. You can get like insurance for like a hand. Like if you were like for instance, musicians do it. If there's like a really, really prominent guitarist, you can get insurance in case you ever lose a finger, in case you have a tragic accident. So, if this thing ever takes off for you, GD, you better get some hand insurance and make sure that no dogs on Rover take you out of your game.
I know, right?
Turn into a just chatting streamer.
Yeah, no, I already have the lovely bump right here from playing on keyboard and mouse all day.
I was gonna say, I don't have that quite yet, but I'm probably gonna have some carpal tunnel just from years and years of being in a controller position. It's not the most ergonomic. That's so funny. That is so funny. Yo, Spice Gains in the building. It's good to see you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Again, you guys are legends, and I appreciate every one of you hanging out with us. Okay, I got one more. It's a little off the wall, off the pod decks. Do you have a nickname that you've been called but you hated?
Do I have a nickname?
Yeah.
Not
anybody
really.
call you nicknames?
My sister, I don't know where she got it from when we were younger. She used to call me Dee Dee Dum Dums. And I was like, the fuck? But she was my older sister. She used to call me that.
Yeah.
That stuck with me for like a while with her.
Okay.
But I really haven't had any nicknames.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
now I'm just GD, that's my name.
Which is really cool. I hope you embrace that one. I think that's a really cool nickname. I love that one.
Yeah, GD. Yeah, no, it was funny because we were actually talking about it because, they're like saying like, God damn it is not really like, they're like, that, how's that name not, I'm like, well, it's not spelled the same way. Yeah. And like, you could sound it, whatever. Yeah. I was like, but even if they made me change it, I'm still going to keep GD,
sure.
In something, you know.
I appreciate that. Yeah. No, that's really funny. I've like, so my first name's Brandon, so I always got called B, and with my last name being Kimbro, obviously I got Kimbro a lot. I would say the worst one that I got, probably because it just got so old, was Kimbo Slice. Do you remember that guy who was like famous for those fights?
No.
There was a guy who was viral for his like fight videos. He had like backyard fighting videos. It was like the early stages of it was the early stages of you know, the internet and people like going viral online. And he had these like really grainy YouTube videos that would get millions and millions of hits because he was this big Jack Black guy who would have these like backyard brawls and beat the hell out of everybody. And so Kimbo Slice, look, Spice Gaines knows. Spice Gaines says Kimbo Slice in all caps in the chat. There was definitely a group, maybe it was just like young boys, but we certainly knew who Kimbo Slice was back in the day. And it was fine. Like I said, I don't have, hate's a strong word, but it was definitely a nickname that I could have lived without. But yeah. So all right. So I'm done with the pod deck section of our little 21 questions, but I appreciate you guys indulging me and letting me run through a couple of these questions. I'm actually going to clip this and send this little segment to Travis. He wanted to use it for some promotional stuff. So thank you, GD, for playing along and giving us some answers. And like I said, if you guys are ever in a space where you're looking for creativity, but you don't have an idea on how you would get an interview started or how you would do your podcast, but yeah, Pod Decks is a pretty cool little side business, this small growing business that will give you an opportunity to do some of that. So definitely check him out. Like I said, Travis is a good guy. He's an awesome small business owner, and I'm happy to support him. So okay, let me catch up with the chat. Wavesy says people call me Daddy Waves. I like it, Daddy Waves. Somebody in my chat was trying to call me Daddy Plays the other day, like not Kimbroplays, but Daddy Plays. So I don't know. Maybe there's this whole daddy side subculture. I don't know. No, go ahead, GD. What are you gonna say?
No, I was just say that's how we just had this conversation last night in my stream because all these people. But I come to find out that a lot of daddies are really 13, 14-year-old kids. I'm like, okay,
young boys.
Daddy.
Yeah, no, not happening, fellas.
No. I just wind up calling him son. I'm like, what's up, son?
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one. That's better. Livy says Sam says he can't believe people haven't heard of Kimbo Slice. I know. I thought he was major, but maybe he just didn't resonate in certain parts of the country. I don't know. I know he was all over the place when I was coming up in late high school, early college, man. Just his videos were everywhere. Ronnie, my homie Ronnie Solo says, remember the song Ice Cream Paint Job? They have a lyric, trunk hit hard like Kimbo Slice. That's when I learned who Kimbo Slice was. Yes. I was going to say, he was all over some popcorn, or pop culture, not popcorn, pop culture. He was all over it. So, definitely. Lady says daddy subculture, LOL. Maybe it was a thing. I don't know. Spice, he says man would knock people out in one punch. He actually turned into a UFC fighter as he got a little older and got like more legitimate, and he wasn't just like punching people in the backyard. And he had like a successful like professional fighting career, which was kind of crazy. I'm not into combat sports like that. I never really grew up watching boxing or UFC, but he was legit. He was a legit fighter. All right, GD, you ready? I'm gonna keep it going. Now we're on to my list of questions that I've come up with and curated exactly for GD. Are you ready?
Bum, bum, bum.
That's right. What was your favorite toy growing up? Or like childhood toy, would you say?
To be honest, I think it's probably our game consoles that we had.
Ooh.
Yeah, like my brothers and I aren't close anymore, but a lot of our childhood was spent playing lots of
games.
Oh yeah, I mean we had the first. I always forget what it's called. Echo? Is it Echo? The Sega Echo? You know, with the dolphin.
I don't remember that.
And then like that was the first one, and then like Sonic came out, and then I mean we've had like every single, I mean Game Boys. So that was like those were my favorite toys because that like kind of like took us maybe away from the as I was growing up, but also my brothers and I always played together.
Okay.
Very but also fun. I grew up in the era too that we didn't really play inside with toys. We were outside from morning to night. You know. Getting into all kinds of trouble. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
So the toy thing isn't really a thing for me.
Yeah. Definitely, I would say the when I think toys in my childhood, the things that come to mind and stand out are, like you said, gaming consoles. Like have early vivid memories of, Super Nintendo and the early the first couple PlayStations, like just dumping hours and hours of my life in this like world, where this virtual world, and not being mad about it. That being said, though, I absolutely did spend a lot of time outside. If I don't know, would you consider like a bike a toy, like for a kid?
We had bikes,
Yeah.
but if I'm like really truly like thinking about it, my brother, who's older than me, my brother Tim, he had like a lot of like He-Man toys and the castle, so I played with him. That like I played a lot with that.
Okay.
But yeah, bikes.
Yeah.
Being outside.
I was gonna say bikes come to mind for sure, especially as a kid. The only other thing I can think of is like I loved RC cars. I loved like remote control trucks and planes, and I just grew up. My dad was in the Marine Corps before I was born, and was an air traffic controller. And so pre 9/11, multiple times during the summer, especially when it was warm and he had the time, it was like a weekly father-son trip to go to the airport in Columbus, sit on the top deck of the parking garage and just watch planes fly. So I had like this love of aviation at a really young age, and RC cars, especially planes, paper airplanes, that kind of stuff, dude. I get lost for hours and hours doing some of that stuff. For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wavesy says, bro, the original Xbox will always have a special place in my heart, including the GTA San Andreas series. Very true. Classic game. I didn't have Xbox, but I did love early GTA. Did you get into GTA?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still shocked that GTA 5 is as popular as it is.
Yeah, I played all of it, and I honestly think I have Miami Vice on my phone.
Oh.
It's and the only reason why I have it on my phone is for like when I traveled, I would like get on the airplane and I play Miami Vice, and I'd be like literally driving around, because it's like you don't need data for it,
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, like if you guys are going on a trip, charge your phone, download Miami Vice,
I
play
love
some
it.
GTA on the plane next to an old lady.
I love
while
it.
you're capping people. I mean,
show her the way.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Yeah, no, I definitely remember San Andreas, even GTA 5, just special stories, just so much fun. Had a blast. Lightsy Gamey's in the building. It's good to see you, sis. Welcome in. Lady Insomnia says, I used to do that with my dad too. He was a pilot. Yeah, that was just so much fun. Just a great father-son thing. We would take like a Wednesday or a Thursday night, and we would either go karting and or we would go to the airport and watch planes. And
that's awesome.
It was just so fun. And that's the luxury of being an only child, right? You get uninterrupted attention and love and TLC from your parents. And so I was very, very lucky, and definitely some memories I'll cherish with my dad forever, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Rachy Babe's in the building. It's good to see you. Overhead view GTA back in the day. Oh man, I do remember that. That was fun. Very, very fun. GD, what terrible movie do you love? What's considered a terrible movie? Like most people hate it, but you love it.
Oh my god.
I know.
I have to think of what it's called. It's
gonna look it up.
Yeah, it's like this time travel movie.
Oh.
I love it, and people are like, that's so dumb. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's a good movie.
Okay, while you're looking it up.
Safety Not Guaranteed.
Safety Not Guaranteed. I don't know if I know that one. Who's in it?
It's from 2012.
Okay.
It's got
oh my
I don't know
gosh.
if you can see it.
Who is that? I was gonna say
Jake Johnson.
Oh, Jake Johnson. I thought that was Jason Bateman.
Audrey Plaza.
Oh wow.
From 2012. I watched it and I was like, oh my god, I love this movie. Like, I love it. And people are like, that movie's so bad. I was like,
yeah,
you're stupid. I was like, this is such a great movie. okay. I'm gonna go home and watch it 3 times, you know.
Yeah, no, I love that. I've not seen that movie, but I know that I love Jake Johnson from New Girl. I know I love Aubrey Plaza, so I'm gonna have to watch it. Okay.
You're gonna love it. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
I mean, you and I got like wavelengths going on, you
yeah,
know?
no, for sure. I love that. I'm gonna definitely add that to the list.
It's a very like quirky,
okay,
you know, and I love movies like that.
Yeah.
So
I think I talked about this last time I had this question, and it really is like one of my top 5 favorite movies. No matter what happens, I find myself stopping what I'm doing to make sure that I watch this movie. And I don't think a lot of people liked it. It was a movie in the 90s called Blue Streak. You ever heard of Blue Streak? It was Martin Lawrence, Dave Chappelle, and maybe a couple other people that like you could recognize their face, but they were kind of like B-list actors in other movies. But the whole plot is Martin Lawrence is a jewel thief by trade. At the beginning of the movie, he's in this major heist where they are robbing at night this place and trying to steal this huge special diamond out of this like safe. He gets in there, he gets the diamond, or it's a diamond, it's a huge diamond. He gets the diamond and he gets chased by the police and he has to start running. And at some point he knows he's going to get captured, so he puts the diamond like in hiding somewhere in the air duct system of this building. And sure enough, he gets out of prison a couple years later, and the building...
I know it!
The building he was in is under construction, or is finished now. And the building that it turns into a police station. And so
I remember.
Do you remember?
Movie.
Oh my God. I love Blue Streak. It's terrible, but I love Blue Streak so much. I quote it all the time. My dad and we just loved it. And so he would, for anybody who hasn't seen it and doesn't know the rest of the plot, so long story short, I won't spoil anything, but he gets out of prison. He realizes the building that he hid this very special rare diamond that he stole years ago, the building is a police station, and he weasels his way, fake acting as a police officer to get into the he needs to get into the building like behind the doors so he can go rescue this diamond. He thinks he's going to spend like a couple hours as a fake police officer with a fake name and a fake badge, and then like get a chance to sneak away. And throughout the whole movie, all he's trying to do is get this diamond and not be a fake police officer. But every single time he starts to go after the diamond to try to retrieve it, they need his help to like solve a case or fight crime, and he ends up becoming like a pretty good police officer in the movie, and that's like a really funny plot of the story. So it's Martin Lawrence had some terrible films like in between his Bad Boys films in his career, and that one's not great, but Dave Chappelle and him make me laugh all the time. I loved Blue Streak growing up. Absolutely.
And once you started describing it, I remember that movie.
Yes.
I watched it once, and I was like, this is not happening.
It's you know what? I don't know that it holds up very well, but I know when I was like 15, 16 and like, listening to Dave Chappelle at peak Dave Chappelle be crazy and wild. Oh, just the best. Just the best.
Discord movie night.
Oh, I would love to.
We're doing it.
I would love to. I would love to show you guys some movies like that. Like Blue Streak is absolutely
listen, we got
Discord
the first 2 movies. Let's do it.
I do like that. We'll have to make that happen. Good call, Kingwin. Good to see you, by the way. That Bear Guy says such a good movie. Cross Tank says funny movie. Yo, I'm telling you, it's the bomb. It is the absolute bomb. GD, next question. You ready?
Yes.
Did you name / what did you name your first car?
I think I named my first car Lola.
Lola.
Yeah, it was Acura Integra. It was silver. Drove that shit everywhere.
just drove it into the ground.
Yeah.
I love it. What? It was an Acura, you said? And
silver Acura Integra.
Was it a stick shift?
No.
Automatic.
Automatic.
Okay. You just drove it to hell.
Yeah, actually, I gave it to my ex.
Okay.
And hey, that's my boy Cross.
Oh, Cross, you are far too kind. Thank you for the biddies, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually gave it to my ex, and I think he had it since I was 18,
wow.
19. That's when I got it.
Yeah.
I'm 31, and it died maybe 3 years ago.
No way.
he drove it into the ground. I mean, I was like, damn, Acuras can hold up.
Seriously,
You know?
I was getting ready to say like Acura, Toyota, Honda, like Infiniti, a couple of those car companies, man, those bad boys last forever. Easy to fix, cheap to fix, keep them running forever. That reminds me, I didn't name my first car. I've actually never named a car. I don't know why. I just like, it never dawned on me to name a vehicle, but I had a Honda Civic when I was in high school, and my parents got it to me. Oh my goodness, Tan Bland's rating us. We love Tan Bland. I don't know where my my little noise is, but Tan Bland, we love you. Welcome in. That's right. Yo, welcome in, Tan Bland. We were just talking about our first car, and did we name it? And I was in the middle of saying I had a Honda Civic, and my favorite part about it was I put two 30-inch subwoofers in the back, like this huge speakers in a box, and it was one of those cars that like you pulled up next to it at the stoplight, and the trunk would rattle, like the license plate would rattle because you had like speakers in the trunk, and oh my god, I loved the hell out of that car. I loved it. Yo, Tan Bland, you're a legend. Thank you for the raid. World Horizon TV, thank you so much for that follow. It is good to see you guys. Tara's in the building. Tara the GOAT. We love you, Tara. Welcome in, guys. Great to have you. Tan Bland, I hope you had a wonderful stream. If you guys didn't know, Tan Bland is getting ready for a charity stream over the weekend where he's playing like a bunch of different games. He's got to get ready, and he's got to get points, and he's got to do his whole thing. So I'm super excited. I know.
I'm gonna my face.
I'll be there to support him.
I'm gonna get a t-shirt and write Tan Bland because he has no merch yet.
Oh my god.
But I'll write Tan Bland on a t-shirt, and I'll just like at the big foam poster.
Number one fan.
Yeah, I'll stream drinking wine and cheering you.
I love it. I don't understand exactly how with Tara being as creative as she is and Tan being as hardworking as he is, that Tan doesn't have merch for us to enjoy yet. How did that happen, Tan Bland? Please get us some merch.
Kimbroplays select.
My goodness. My goodness. But yes, if you guys don't know Tan, give him a follow. We appreciate him. He's like we talked earlier in the podcast a little bit about how we've got these like small circles in the Twitch streaming space where, you know, you either know somebody or you know somebody who knows somebody. And GD and I have been fortunate enough to know Tan separate from each other and then know him now as we are friends. And special guy. We're really, really happy for you and proud of you. Very, very cool. Thank you for the raid, Tan. We love you. Happy Thursday. GD, that's awesome. I love your Acura story. I can't believe it lasted that long. I was going to say, chat said, Lumination said, my first car is one of the reasons I have this name 20 years later. Did you name your car Lumination? I love that. That's amazing. Tan Bland, did you name your first car? Tara, did you name your first car?
He said he named it Jack.
Oh, he did? I missed it. I love that. Jack. Samurai Jack. That's even better. Oh, man. A Suzuki named Samurai Jack. Legendary, Tan. That's amazing. That is so fun. Thank you guys for all the follows. I appreciate you. We're having 21 questions with GD in the chat. Super, super excited. Tan Bland was a guest on this exact podcast probably a month ago, and we had an awesome time there as well. So if you don't know GD, definitely hit her with a follow. If you're new to our channel and our community, this is definitely something we like to do. Like to bring on wonderful streamers and get a chance to talk to them and get to know them a little bit better. We're about halfway through the questions of GD, and we're having a blast.
And yeah, if you haven't seen the Tan Bland 21 questions, it is posted on YouTube. Man. Kimbroplays.
You're a legend.
Drop a follow, or no, drop a subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you're the best, GD. Thank you for the plug. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, and yours will be up on YouTube as soon as I get a chance to edit this bad boy as well. So, we'll definitely be sure to continue to plug you as well when this gets posted and goes live. Okay, GD. Next question. You ready?
Yes.
And with the first pick.
Which reality TV show is the funniest / your favorite?
Ooh, I watched this one recently. I mean, I really don't watch any reality TV shows. I watched Love Is Blind, which I like that. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Yep.
But there was one that I watched, and I have to think of it, and it was just like I was bored and I had time to kill. I binge watched it. at the ending, I was like, oh, and I don't like that, you know, but I was like, this is insanity.
Yeah.
It was the best ending of a show that I've seen, and it was like a stupid, like, just, you know, like, there's so many of these shows, you know, I don't watch The Bachelor, I don't watch any of that, but that one was like,
that one got you, huh?
Yeah,
that was a special one.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out what it is, and you'll have to watch it. I mean, like, if Rita likes watching those shows,
she loves them. Oh, yeah. She loves it. She's probably already seen it, to be quite honest, whatever the name of it is. She likes her trashy shows. She got me hooked on and hooked. I even feel bad like admitting to this, but so I officiate high school basketball. This time last year, I was officiating pre-COVID, and so I would be gone like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like 4 days a week, easy. In the evenings, I would be gone doing basketball, and so there would be this like prime time, 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, where I'd be traveling to and from and doing basketball that she would have to just binge watch horrible shows without me. And she got on this kick of watching Married at First Sight. Have you heard of Married at First Sight before?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Oh my God. So essentially it's like, it's essentially a show where
they take two of the craziest people ever and pair them together.
So,
like
so yeah, I mean, in general, it ends up being that, yes, but it's supposed to be, like 3 experts. Like one's one's a sex expert, one's a religious expert. Like there's like multiple different experts, and they get together and like take this huge list of pool of people and pair them into like 3 couples, and then those couples get married at the altar. That's the first time they've seen each other. It's like literally you walk up, like when she busts through the door in her white dress and walks down the aisle, that's the first time she sees this person.
Oh my God. Yes. I would be like, I don't know if I'd be crying or throwing up.
Right.
I'd be like...
Right, exactly. You don't even really know what to expect out of it.
You know, like Brad Pitt. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. So you might get somebody you're really attracted to. You might get somebody who's a complete lunatic and you would never ever talk to them if you saw them on the sidewalk. You just don't know. And so here's the worst part about it. I thought my life was safe and free because she had this show to watch when I wasn't around. Well, the pandemic happens, and now all we do is we're here together, and there's 10 seasons of this freaking show. And next thing I know, like we're in like season 5 of 10, and I'm like, yo, we gotta watch the next one before bed. Like I gotta figure out what happened, you know, because they do a great job, like, you know, setting the stage at the end of the episode for some crazy shit that pops off in the next episode. Like, next time on Married at First Sight, like some shit pops off, and you're just like, ooh, yo, we gotta figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about it. I've heard it's crazy. I honestly don't have time to watch it, but has she seen Paradise Hotel? Because that's what it's called.
That's a good question. I'll ask her. Mrs. Kimbroplays, did you watch Paradise Hotel? She hasn't seen that one. Damn, that's a new one on the list. Here we go.
Yeah, no, you guys have to watch it. And Kristen Cavallari's in it.
Oh, Kristen from the OC?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's the host of it, and like the whole premise of it is that there is like 7 women and there's 6 guys.
Oh my God.
And at the end of each round, you have to be paired up with somebody, and whoever's not paired up gets kicked off the show.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
so it's like a competition, and you're working together for the money at the end.
Yeah.
You have to watch it because I swear the ending part, I know you're gonna be jumping. You're like, my mind is blown.
That's cool.
You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, guilty pleasure. Like, it actually sounds like I kind of like some of it sometimes. I get a little overwhelmed because I don't like to dabble in the drama like that, but I will catch myself being like the psychology of it. Like the part about Married at First Sight that blows my mind, it scratches that itch that I had in college to study psychology. Like, why would someone ever want to do this? And why would these people be a match or not be a match? Like, that stuff like is fascinating to me. So that's really funny. We'll definitely add it to the list. I'm laughing. Chat is blowing up with some comments and stuff. Wavesy wants to know, am I a hooper? I love basketball. I have loved basketball my entire life. And when I got done playing, when I couldn't play anymore, I decided I wanted to stay close to the sport, and it was either coach or officiate. And I was like, well, I can get paid to officiate and still run around on the court. So let's do that one. So I've been doing that for a long time, Wavesy. I love basketball. Love it, love it, love it. Hooli says that show is crazy. She says that show is too hot to handle. Or no, Too Hot to Handle was a good show is what Dougie says. And literally Mrs. Kimbroplays from the other room goes, oh my God, yeah, shaking her head. We'll have to check that one out. I don't know if I know that one. Have you seen Too Hot to Handle, GD?
No.
I don't know if I know that. Is that the English one? Did I see a part of that one? You got to speak up.
The one where they can't have sex.
The one where they can't have sex. Oh.
You watch that one.
I do kind of remember that. They like have to like behave themselves. Yeah, and then they get in trouble if they don't, right?
They lose money for the group.
Oh, that's right. GD, have you heard about this? So in this one, like, these people get together and they get paired up and they like live in a house together and they're supposed to not have sex with each other. But and like if they all get to the end, they split the money like X amount of ways. And they lose money every time the hidden cameras catch people like hooking up with each other. Yeah. It's crazy. It's
I'd
crazy.
be walking around with a shoe. Like, stop it!
Well, I give them credit. They're like probably like the 10 or 12 like most attractive people they could find paired together. They like, you know, give them like free, they like stay at this beautiful place. There's pools, there's like free drinks. Like, yeah, they try to make it as hard as possible for these young kids to behave. And they're all like between 18 and 22. Like they're super young. It's not like
rabbits.
some of, yeah, 100%. So that one's pretty funny. But yeah, great concept. That's pretty clever. Rachie babe, hit us with a follow. We appreciate you, Rachie. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys for rocking with me and GD. We're combing through the list. This has been really fun, GD. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. If you had a chance to be in the Olympics, you could be an Olympic athlete, GD. What sport would you want to compete in? Lots of choices.
I don't know. I really don't want a weird upper body, you know? Like, he's the athlete, like, I don't know, maybe running.
You'd run a run.
Be a fucking gazelle, you know?
Okay. Are
Maybe
you
running.
I was going to say,
like,
are you going to do
awesome
like cross country or are you going to be like a sprint sport athlete?
Sprint. Let's do it.
Okay.
Just run around once.
Just hit the one lap or just one side of the track. The 100-meter dash. Just like real quick and I'm out.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I was like swimming, gymnast. I was like, no, because they have a very defined upper body.
They turn into like a big V. Everybody like turns into like huge shoulders and traps.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they got the tiny little legs.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. I remember the last time I had this question. I stand by it still today. I would love to be a part of the Olympic basketball teams. Like, I would love to be able to like watch LeBron and be his teammate in the Olympics. I don't even need to play. Just put me on the bench. I'll be the 14th person on the roster. But I get to travel. I get to watch all these practices. I get to see them jaw and talk shit to each other, and then just stomp everybody and get a gold medal. Easy.
Don't they have like does like snowboarding and all that count as it?
Yeah, that's a Winter Olympic sport now. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I do the Winter Olympics and go to snowboarding?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
That's the one. Yeah, Shaun White like has a bunch of Olympic gold medals for sure.
Telling you, that's what I'm gonna do.
Plus, if you're at an Olympic level in snowboarding, you're probably good to be able to be in the X Games. So you can do both, most likely. If you're good enough for the Olympics, you could do the X Games for sure.
And on a side note, I'm horrible at skiing.
At skiing? So do you actually know how to snowboard? You just don't know how to ski?
I don't know how to do it. I mean, I never actually snowboarded. And then I skied once and I fell down the mountain and got caught like 5 times. And then halfway down the mountain, I took off my things and went and sat at the bar and drank
I'm done. I'm out.
Listen, I'm proud to have fell down that mountain and taken my skis off because I saw a tree, walk past the little 5-year-old skiing and go to the bar because I'm not dying, okay?
Facts. Absolutely.
I'm a Floridian. Water sports, okay? I'm down for surfing. Oh, no.
Not trying to be cold.
Not ice, ass, snow, off a mountain. I know how was Sunny and Cher. I know how Sunny died.
Yeah, exactly, right.
I was like, I'm going right towards that tree, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yep.
All right.
No, I feel you on that. I'm not interested in really any of the action sports. I don't have that kind of balance. The black side of me, my dad's side, comes out. Like, I can hoop, I can play football, I can like do the coordinated, hand-eye sports, the water sports, and the balance. Nope, I'm out. I can't rollerblade. I can't do any of it.
Really? Well, you can always join forces and do a bobsledding team.
Oh, I do love Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings is where it's at.
Yeah.
Funny story. That's one of like the first movies Rita and I ever watched together at the start of our relationship. It was like Homeward Bound was the first movie we ever saw together, and the second movie was I think it was Cool Runnings. I was so excited to show her Cool Runnings.
You're like, babe.
She'd never seen it. I loved Cool Runnings. It was one of my favorites, 100%. And so I was very happy that we got a chance to watch it.
What do they say? Like, get ready, whatever. It's bobsled time.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride. Get on up. It's bobsled time. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Well, and what's funny is, like, I think at those, like, really important stages early in your relationship with somebody, you start to introduce movies to each other, or, like, you start to figure out.
You're like watching them the entire time.
Yeah, like if you don't like this movie and I really like it, we have vastly different like senses of humor, and that may not work. So like you have it was important, and Cool Runnings was on the list pretty early. And
shit, Rita, it was a make or break. It was
right.
a make or break.
Well, and to go off of that, we still to this day will go around the house quoting "You dead man," because that's what they say to each other. Like whenever they crash, "You dead man." Like, oh man, we'll still quote that around the house.
We got our third Discord movie.
I love it. Kingwin, you're all over it. I love it.
Are you writing this list of Discord movies?
Yes, we need to. I'll go back and look at the chat and watch the VOD. But Highs and Thighs is in the building too. What's good?
Yeah,
it's good to see you.
That's my girl.
Yo, Ash is amazing, and I'm not a huge Call of Duty player, but some of my favorite streamers are girl streamers who play Call of Duty. Like, some of you are like literally some of my favorites to watch, and I could really care less about the game. I don't know what it is, but you guys get, between you, Riss, Thighs, Pam Bam going ham. There's all kinds of people where I'm just like, oh my God, these girls are crack. Huli does like zombies all the time on her stream. Just good for you guys. Like break up the toxicity of the Call of Duty, like, whole boys network. Just shatter that shit and just be amazing in Call of Duty. I love it. Rita drops in the chat, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. You ever seen that show?
No, I think I've seen like a movie of something like that, but I haven't seen the show yet.
The show I think was on like the CW originally, and it has like multiple seasons. I think it's like 4 or 5 seasons long, and it's like part musical, part like standard sitcom comedy, and it's actually really, really good. And I hate to admit it, but you should definitely check it out. We watched it and loved it.
So Kimbroplays is a big reality TV drama. He's like, I'm not into drama, but guess what? He's got his popcorn out, and he's like, let's go, Mrs. Kimbro.
Yeah.
You're
it's
missing it.
It is a wild show. I here's the thing. I like stuff that like is unique and like changes the dynamic of how shows are either normally made or the type of people whose stories get told. And the girl who wrote it, Rachel, she literally is doing her show the way she wants to make it for 5 seasons. And I just think that's super, super cool and very clever. And it's a good show. It's not the conventional show that I would watch. I grew up the guy who would watch SportsCenter for like 10 straight hours and like not ever pay attention to anything on TV. Like, for instance, some of the biggest TV shows of all time I've never even seen because I was busy watching sports. But when you find a significant other who wants to watch shows with you all the time, luckily she's picked some pretty good stuff that's at least really interesting and really, really fun to watch. And that's one to add to your list if you've not seen it. I think you can watch all of them on Netflix or Hulu. They're available somewhere. So Spice Gain says, speaking of crazy ex-girlfriend, guess who just texted me? Oh, oof. Never good. We love you, Spice. GD, you should definitely check out Spice. He's a good kid. He actually plays college football at, is it Kent State? Yeah, he's in Ohio, but he plays college football and then Twitch streams on the side. So we appreciate you being here, buddy. I appreciate you. GD, you ready? Name a particular skill that you would recommend that everybody learn.
A skill?
Mm-hmm. What's a skill that you think everybody should know?
Using a turn signal.
Yes. I mean...
Yes. I mean, like...
It would save lives. That's true.
I don't, a particular skill?
Yeah. Let me go first. Let me give you an idea of what I had in mind with the question. I would say like a second language, or like the ability to fix a tire, right? Like that to me in my mind is like a skill. Like Wild says, how to work on your car. Just something like,
right.
like not necessarily life skill. Like I need to be able to like make a fire with my bare hands with a stick. Like not necessarily that one, but I think a second language would be really, really like a useful skill. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. What do you think about that? Ooh. Yeah, Cross says file taxes. Great one.
But that's the thing. I file my own taxes. I know how to change my tire on my car.
Yeah.
I know how to lay tile, like in the house.
That's a great one.
Like I've learned throughout my life how to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I look at people sometimes, and it's like the dumbest things that I feel like they need to learn. Like,
sure. Well, that's kind of what I'm asking. Do you have one that stands out above the rest that you would say like, yo, this is the one that everybody needs to know how to do?
Yeah, not really.
Turn signal's a good one though.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know how to use a turn signal.
Yeah, no, I mean, in Florida, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like the worst drivers down here.
I've been to Florida a handful of times in my life, but I've never been down there with a car driving myself. I've always been like, I flew down there and now I'm like either being Ubered or whatever. So I don't really know. How is it really bad in Florida, the driving? Is it because there's a bunch of old people?
Well, I was a race car driver in my past life.
What?
So, in my past life.
You used to race car drive? You used to drive race cars?
In my past life.
Oh, like in your past life. I get what you're saying. I thought so you've like opened up the window for us to believe that you have like all kinds of things that happen. So if you would have said like legit, I used to race cars in this present, I would have not thought twice.
Listen, I drive like a maniac, but I drive like the most efficient maniac. I'm like driving, I'll turn my turn signal on, I'll weave in and out. One day I want to go to up to Disney, that like, racetrack over there, and I want to race the race car. Like I want to go fast.
I'm trying to zoom.
Go.
Yeah.
So if anybody can learn a skill, it's probably how to drive better, or like,
I like it.
Yeah, she said yes. The driving is horrible here.
Yeah. Jess says the driving is really bad. By the Beach says in Florida the slow lane is still driving 90 plus. Yeah, you guys are zooming. You guys are zooming.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio's pretty flat. Most of the state is pretty flat, and most of it is corn and like livestock and stuff. So I don't know. I think Ohio is okay. I would say our bigger problem isn't bad driving, it's just bad traffic. Like I don't think people are bad drivers, just that we get like bottlenecks and it's really, really tough. So Wild says you want to be Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last.
Mario Andretti has nothing on me, and I drive an automatic.
Okay. Whip in the automatic. I will give Mrs. Kimbroplays credit. She learned how to drive a stick at a very young age. She's not a great driver. She hits things, but she at least could operate and get herself to and from no matter what vehicle she gets into. Like I would almost change my answer to being able to drive a stick shift is like the most important skill. Like it's a dying type of way to drive, but at the same time, like let's say I got hit and or let's say somebody that I'm with got hit and I have to rush them to the hospital and the only working car nearby is a stick. Wouldn't it suck if that person died because I don't know how to drive a stick shift?
Oh, listen, I'd get in and it'd be like,
Just scratch it all the way up.
You're not dying on me.
You'd find a way to get there.
Like, your transmission is shot.
Yeah.
But you're alive.
Yep, exactly. We got you there, but your car's dead. So,
Sorry.
yeah, no, for sure. That's hilarious. Crosstank says there's no driving in DC. Metro everywhere. Yeah, that's like a different level of traffic. Like DC doesn't even have cars. Like you guys just have to take different forms of transportation. There's just no way. That's so funny. Yeah. All right, GD. We got 8 questions left. How you feeling? You all right? Can you make it to the finish line? Joke.
I got my one.
Car jokes in hand. All right, here we go. What's the kindest thing that anyone has ever done for you?
Ooh.
Can you think of it?
The kindest thing?
Yeah.
Yes. I can't. I don't remember her last name. I'm gonna have to like look her up and find her, but I can't find her anywhere.
Oh wow.
When I was 16 years old, my parents actually moved away. They moved away from where I lived, and I was about to graduate high school like 4 months later.
Yeah.
And this random girl in my class, I was talking about one day, this random girl in my class was like, "I'll take you to school.
Wow.
You can stay with me."
Yeah.
And her name was Rachel, and she drove a white truck, and she was like a hardcore redneck, and I'm over here not a redneck. You know, I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You know? But every day she drove like 30 minutes to my house, pick me up, and then we would drive 30 minutes to school. She'd bring me home.
Wow.
Every day, and on graduation day, she came over to my house, and like we wore our cap and gowns and drove to school together. And then after that, I never saw her again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yo, shout out to that girl. I mean,
I know.
I mean, it's one thing for like, I've heard stories similar where parents like suggest like, hey, like you can stay with us, but the wherewithal as a high schooler to be like, yo, this person needs me or needs this resource. Right. Like I will, yes. Like the ability to process it at that level in high school. That's something special. I hope you find her. I hope you. I know. That'd be cool.
I think about her every I actually thought about her recently. I mean, I'm 31. I haven't gone to. I graduated 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
you know? And so to think about she didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And I could have just probably dropped out of school or
who knows what happens to you in that situation.
Right. But
that's
for
wild.
her to do that. Yeah.
That is absolutely wild. Keep us updated if you ever do get a chance to meet
I know,
her.
I want to
rekindle.
Look back by graduation and find a Rachel and find her last name and hope that for some reason she didn't want to get married or she's a lesbian and she's keeping her, I don't know. I'll have to find her.
Yeah.
But
that'd be awesome.
I
hope you can find her because that's something pretty special.
If I find her, I'll let you guys know.
Do you remember where she lived? I feel like we could look up the records. Like we could figure out who her parent. I guess if she got married, you're right. But I don't know.
I probably could look it up. I have to go to the school I graduated from and then the year and then go down the list of every Rachel and highlight it like a psychopath and then Facebook stuff every single one of them hoping that they never got married.
It would be a journey, but it could happen.
I know. I mean, remember what she looks like.
Sure.
She probably obviously changed. I don't have hot pink hair or anything crazy, you know?
That's a lovely story and thank you for sharing. That's very cool. Good on Rachel for doing that for you. That's pretty awesome. Tough spot for you, but pretty awesome on her end for sure. Yeah. Gosh, kindest thing anyone's done for me. I think when I think of this, I can't go much further than, the love and support that my parents have shown to put me through school. Taking out parent loans and they took me back in during grad school after I'd already graduated and should probably have a job and be living on my own. Here I am back in mom and dad's house. They're definitely at the top of the list in terms of people who have done, bent over backwards for me time and time again. So definitely shout out to my parents for that one, for sure. Sure. Okay, GD, this is a fun one. You ready? I asked Tanblaine this question, and we had a funny little moment with this one. You have 5 minutes to hide a paperclip somewhere in your home. Okay? a detective has been hired to find the paperclip. If he fails, you get 10 grand. Where are you going to hide this paperclip?
So it's...
If you can hide it and he can't find it, you get 10 grand. I know.
Anywhere in the home. Is this like an empty home? Or it's got furniture?
Your house right now. He's coming. He's about to beat down the door. You get 10 grand if he can't find it.
It's my fucking paperclip. Leave it alone.
You can't come in without a warrant.
I'd probably like take the bathroom pipes apart and tape it inside the pipes.
That's a good one. Okay. I like it. Beach says behind the tree, in the tree behind you. That's not a bad idea.
You thought?
You know what? Actually, Beach that's not a bad idea. Like most people use a paper clip. Like
swallow it.
Yeah, swallow it. Most people use a paper clip to hang their ornaments. So like, what if it's like one of many paper clips that you have hanging your ornaments? At least my parents, they use paper clips.
Theoretically, if it was Christmas time when the guy was coming,
That's true. That's true. Inside the lip of the toilet in the toilet bowl. That's a good one too.
I'll tape it to my dog.
That's a great one. Tape it to your dog. I love that. You'll never catch him. He'd give up before he could find it. I love that. Gosh, I would say, I don't know. Our house isn't that unique with like crazy characteristics. Maybe like inside of on the inside of a guitar, like, you know, if you've ever played guitar, if you lose a pick inside of your strings, you have to shake it for days. So I'd tape it inside there. You would never hear it, and he'd be too upset to bust the guitar and figure out what's in there. That'd be my one.
What did Tan say?
Oh God, what did Tan say?
I'll have to go back and look.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll have to look. I don't remember off the top of my head what Tan said. It was something pretty clever, like taped inside of something like that too.
Tape it to the top of a fan. Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a really good one, Jess. Heads Up Thinking by Jay is Jess.
Everyone's taping shit everywhere. I'm like, I took apart the entire bathroom sink. It is now.
Right. Unfold it and stab it through the drywall right next to a picture hanger. Hang the picture up. It'll look like a nail hole that's missing a stud. That's a good idea. I love that idea. Wild says, that's actually hilarious. Wild says, Kimbro, just hide it in the hole that you put in the wall. I told a story. This thing that's on our wall in the living room behind me is this little shelf that Rita bought from Target, and we had it's 4 squares that interlock with each other, and it makes like this multiple shelf unit thing. And I was trying to put nails into the wall with a screwdriver, or screws into the wall with a screwdriver, and we used a stud finder. There was no stud in the area that I was trying to put this screw, but just because there wasn't a stud, there was still a huge 2x4, like a beam in the wall. And so I'm trying to drill, and I put too much pressure that the drill bit like skews off and gashes the wall. There's this huge hole. It's probably the size of one of these pod decks. Like, it's a big ass fucking hole. And we have like a candle. We have a candle in the shelf blocking the view, so if you ever took the candle down, there's this huge hole in the wall, but it's hidden nicely and you would never know. So Wild is very smart. I would just hide it in the hole that I've already made in the wall behind me. It's perfect. It's genius. I love it. Tamblin says he said under the dryer. He did say under the dryer. That was pretty good. Like under the little lip of the dryer that if you've ever had to move your washer and dryer units, slices your fingertips off every time you pick it up. Good call, Tan. Good call. Kisa's in the building. It's good to see you, Kisa. Thanks for stopping in. I can come fix the hole. I fix drywall for a living. Yo, Kingwin, I'm gonna need you. We don't own this apartment, but when I move, I'm gonna need some tips. What is it? Spackle? I don't know.
There's a kit you can buy.
There's a kit. I'm gonna need it because they're gonna charge me an arm and a leg. Unfortunately. Tiny Mouse in the building. Welcome in. It's good to have you guys. Happy Thursday. Thanks for hanging out. This has been super fun. All right, we got some fun ones coming up. You ready?
All right.
You cannot time travel, but your phone has internet either 5 years in the future, 4 or 5 years in the future, right? You can't physically go anywhere, but your phone, when you Google search, is 5 years in the future. what are you gonna search for first?
Ooh.
I know.
So I'm stuck there, right?
You're here, present day, but your phone can search into the future on Google.
I'm gonna go on Twitch in the future. and see
Okay.
what- No.
Check out where you are as a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
fun.
do that. I'll stalk all of you guys. Like,
See what happened to those people.
because I don't want to get into like looking at like I feel like I believe in like the butterfly effect. Everything happens for a reason.
Okay.
Like, I believe in all that stuff. So I feel like
So you don't want to change anything.
Yeah, because everything happens for a reason, and where I'm at in my life is because of that.
Yeah.
So
You don't want to meddle. You just want to know.
I don't want to know about the news, the end of the world, aliens. Sure. I need to know. I'll get stressed out because I'm like, I can't leave anyways. I mean, what am I gonna do? But yeah, for sure, I'd actually just come sit in your streams, like, hey bro, what's
That's
up?
funny. Tweet at me from 5 years in the future.
5 years in the past, right? I'm in the past.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll see it. I'll see the tweet in 5 years.
Okay.
Right? Because your phone's in the future, but we're present day, so I wouldn't see it for like another 5 years. But I would wake up and there would be
so much. I would tweet out so much shit to people. Be like, 5 years ago we were friends. By this point, we're not friends anymore because you did so. I don't know.
Yeah. Just attack people. No, that's really funny. Chat says a lot about like upsets in sports, lottery numbers, stocks. All of those are all really, really good ones. I give you credit because I think most of us probably our minds go to like some like rat race for money, like some easy money scheme, but you didn't want to go there. You just wanted to see where people are living.
Yeah, I would more or less want to see where everyone's at.
Yeah. You're too kind. That's what this boils down to. I'm not.
I'm a nice lady.
I would definitely be right where Kangwin is. I would want to know like sports. I would want to know like who won the Super Bowl. Have my Browns won a championship? Is Baker Mayfield like still our quarterback? Like I would want to know all of that stuff. I would see what's going on there. Wild says I would search and see who's running for president or who won. That's interesting. 5 years in the future. That's true. That's a very good one. Yeah, that one's a funny hypothetical. I think that's very telling of who people are when you get an answer. What in your life, GD, do you feel you're the most grateful for?
Probably my career, my jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're professional.
What I do now.
Yeah. So okay, so you said you were in dentistry.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done that for a long time? Is that something you have a strong passion for?
I honestly originally wanted to go to school for marketing, and I was.
Oh wow.
I'm like 3 credits away from graduating with my
wow.
marketing degree. But my mother passed away.
Oh.
The school was so strict. They were like, you cannot miss 3 you can't miss 3 consecutive days. Well, I did, and then they basically charged me all my student loans back.
Ugh.
Like instead of grants, they changed them from grants. So like I had to pay them back, and they kicked me out of the class and charged me like $4,000 each class.
No way.
And so then I went to
Yo, can we leave that school a Yelp review? That's fucked up.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I learned everything. I was like, well, I don't need your fucking. I don't need your.
You were mad. I don't blame you.
Yeah. I don't need that. So I went to school for dentistry, and this one of the biggest things is my mother passed away. She had like 1 million kids. I mean, I don't know why this woman would have so many kids, but she did. And she didn't really take care of her teeth, and so that's where I went to school, because I was like, I want to take care of people or give them that. And I absolutely love it. I put my heart into it. I was class president.
Wow.
I was lead assistant. I was 7th in the nation for dental science. And right after I graduated, we did a huge, competition statewide for health students of America. And I did that. And I mean, now I have a very steady job, career, and I love it. And I wouldn't change anything, with it.
Yeah.
And I've done so much for people that they change their lives, I have one patient who used to do drugs, And I mean, she is a baker now. She's one of the most talented bakers, and
Wow.
she brings me gluten-free brownies.
Let's go.
I know. But that and like, you know, just being able to stream is amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And then doing the dog thing, you know, the fact that I can do all these things at once, I'm
Yeah.
like super super grateful for that.
Yeah.
That's,
No, I love that. That's amazing, and good on you. Good on you for brightening people's lives with your work. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, because my parents were kind of the same way. Like, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and any money we had definitely didn't go to dentistry. It went to something else. And so it was something we knew was important, but nothing that we you know, had the money for at the time. And I know how much it can change and sort of brighten somebody's day to be able to, you know, give them a smile that they're proud of. I mean, I'm sure you could speak to it for hours and hours, but you know, someone's confidence instantly, you know, it completely changes the way somebody goes and carries themselves out in the world. So good on you. That's very, very cool. That is very, very cool. Yeah, I love
Tiny
that.
Mouse is just going ham right
Tiny,
now.
Tiny with the biddies. We appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys all for kicking it with us on a Thursday night. Hopefully you're learning a lot about GD. I know I certainly am. This has been a whole lot of fun, and I'm really happy that you decided to come and spend some time with us. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I love Tiny Mouse. Just kidding, here.
Very
I love
cool.
it.
Your community is
My
very
fans.
special. I love it. They're passionate. They love you. They support you. That's what it's all about, especially here on Twitch. So very, very cool. And thank you, like I said, for coming on and spending some time with us, because sharing your community allows us to do this. So, all right. So before I finish up with that, I guess I have to answer. I am definitely extremely grateful for Mrs. Kimbroplays. We are 50 days out from our wedding, and it has been a wild, wild journey. I talked a little bit earlier about like my background and my dating history. Now, it wasn't bad. I didn't have like, you know, this like complex, crazy dating history, but I had some long-term relationships that at some point just didn't work, and we had to go our separate ways. And so, you know, it's hard staring down the barrel at 28, where you've got your professional career and you are all set up, and the one thing in your life that's not settled is your relationship, and you have to start from scratch and go into the online dating scene and, you know, work a full-time job and trying to find somebody to partner with. So it was really stressful, and I'm very grateful to have her and be getting ready to get married and all of the fun, crazy things that are going to come after that for us. So yeah, that's my answer. Tiny Mouse going crazy. Cross Tanks going crazy. Thank you guys for the biddies. We appreciate you so much.
Love it.
GD, 5 left. You ready?
I'm going. Yeah.
Okay. If you could live in any TV home, which home are you going to live in?
Ooh, a TV home.
I know.
Why would you do this to me? A TV home.
I know.
Any TV home, and this is like, it doesn't have to be, okay. Do I have to live there with those people, or can I like can I kick them out?
I think we can kick them out, but it has to be a TV home. I would say TV or movie, but yeah, no, you don't have to live there. You could kick them out. Or you don't have to live with them. You could kick them out.
Oh man, this is a hard one.
Some great TV homes, right?
Yeah, but like, do I want? Oof, man. Well, if I'm gonna live in pick any like home, it's probably like a nice cabin in the woods somewhere, like a fancy one. So now I have to go through all the TVs and shows in my brain. Like,
so you went first to where do I want to live, second to
house.
Where can I live? I love it.
Yeah. Well, like I'll have to figure that one out. But
Yeah.
I mean, like off the top of my head, if I'm gonna like be like very vain and like I'd be like keeping up with the Kardashians, like
Khloe their
Kardashian,
house.
give me your freaking house with your Olympic pool and
Look at you. I love that that's your answer, because I think whenever I've thought of this question or when I've asked other people this question, the question we all instantly take our heads to
I did it.
Oh, you broke us and started a hype train. You guys are crazy. Thank you for the support. my mind always goes to a house that is fictional, as opposed to a house that is a reality TV house. So like, when I've ever thought about it, I've thought about, I've said the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house. I would love that one. That one would be my favorite. But Khloe Kardashian in the Kardashian house, that's a great one. A huge, gorgeous mansion that's actually in real life exists. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
I saw her. So like, she was actually featured in one like these home magazines, and you always watch those home shows. But look at this. Yes, Hype Train.
You guys are crazy.
I love them.
You guys are crazy. Thank you.
But I saw her. She was featured in one of these home magazines because of her house and how like detailed and how like pristine it is. I mean, like she is somebody that organizes her walk-in kitchen closets. So like if I was gonna be like like I had to pick like right now, I'd pick that house. I'm like, all right, I'm living in a mansion now, guys.
That would be pretty special. I do love that one.
But I'll have to like really think about like what fictional house would I live in.
You have to let me know.
A really cool house. You know?
Especially a cabin in the woods. There's got to be some great cabin in the woods houses. I'm trying to see. Chat says the Tony Stark house. Yeah, legendary.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Fantastic.
Done.
Would love the Tony Stark house.
On the lake, perfect. Even though he's in it.
That's true. Our girl Ash says the Smart House. As long as it doesn't attack us. Do you remember the show Smart House?
Oh my God! Listen, we used to wake up. Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Witch used to wake up to be witch on the wall, and she's like.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Have a party, get shit everywhere, and then
Do you remember the show Married with Children from when we were younger? I'm pretty sure the Smart House is the mom from Married with Children, right?
Well, yeah, the house is her, but then she comes to life, and then that's her.
Yes, that's correct.
And then she cries, and then she like, spoiler alert.
God, I haven't thought of that movie in a very long time.
I think it's on Disney
Plus. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they have all of them, don't they? That's amazing.
For all you children's under the age of 15, you need to go watch it. I
love it. Wild says she also plays Gemma in Sons of Anarchy, which I've not watched, but I've heard it's great.
I've watched that. I binge watched that show.
Is it good?
So good.
Yeah,
so good.
Everybody I've heard says that it's a fantastic show.
I really want to be a biker. I was like, I'm gonna be a biker, But then again, I watch another show and I'm like, I want to do this.
I love it.
It's illegal.
I love it. Kangwin, you're a legend. Thank you for the gifted subs. We appreciate the support so much in here. You guys do not need to do that. That's something I want to make sure everybody knows. The bits are appreciated. It is certainly not that kind of party in here, but we appreciate your time. Your time and your love is the most important part to us, as Rachel hits us with another freaking 100 biddies. You guys are crazy. Thank you for the love. I said, you said Kardashians. I said Fresh Prince would be my house. Okay. I wanted to make sure we answered.
I mean, mine's more modern and up to date, but
that is true.
Wallpaper, you go for it, okay? Carpeting.
That is true. Okay.
You're gonna need upgrade to that place, and then
I know. Well, yeah. The kitchen especially is gonna need some upgrades. I work from home, thankfully. But the other day I was here and I was flipping through. We have YouTube TV, and I usually don't watch anything, but I was getting ready to get on something, and I didn't want to have like music or a YouTube video. I was like, I'll just throw it on some random channel so that there's like some distraction from this boring ass conference call I got to get on. And Fresh Prince was on, and it's always on. It's on like TBS, and it's just like always playing. And that's for you, Tiny. Hey, Fresh Prince was playing, and it was just like I lost myself for like an hour watching reruns of Fresh Prince, and just like I didn't even need to hear anything. I knew the episodes. I could read lips. I was all in it. I was not paying attention to anybody at all. So I love that house. The Fresh Prince house was classic.
I love it.
GD, who is the most important person in your life? Or let me say this again. Who's the most interesting person in your life? Could be family, could be friends. Like when I think interesting, I think like weird, unique, Who has the most
interest-
interesting story of anybody that is in your life?
Oof. Most interesting.
I know.
I'm my own interesting person. The most interesting person that I mean, I would have to probably say the most interesting person is my best friend Angela.
Okay.
She's like my doppelganger.
Oh, I love that. That's so fun.
She's like I think 10 years older than me. She's like the opposite though.
Okay.
She is like, you know, when she was younger, she had dreads and lived in the woods, hippie,
Wow.
wanderlust, like whatever.
Yeah.
But she like obviously calmed down, you know. But she is just crazy. Right now she just moved to Colorado when COVID happened. Broke my heart.
Yeah.
But she moved to Colorado, and she's hiking there's like 53 mountains over so many feet, and she's like 29 in.
Jeez.
She's climbed the base camp of Mount Everest, which is like a really big, like 20.
That's
20
crazy.
something. And like people are getting sick and throwing up and dying going up to the base camp alone, you know.
That's nuts.
So there, you know, there's that. She lived on a sailboat. She's been to New Caledonia. She's, you know, she sat on top of a mountain, not on top of a volcano, with like the prince person or the guy like that like lives there, that like he like they own that volcano, whatever, of this place. And she sat there when sunset came up and watched like the volcano. I mean, she's got pictures where she's standing like this and the volcano's like right behind.
Jeez.
I mean, but she's like by herself, or she's traveling with some random person, and she just like does like,
That's
I'm
amazing.
I'm like, are you gonna die? Like, don't get kidnapped, you know?
Yeah, I need you alive. This is this is fun and games, but you can't die out here.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's what she does.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
she just lives her life. That's her family,
Yeah.
you know?
Good for her.
Yeah.
What a crazy cool story, and what a way to live your life, right? Like,
Yeah.
like people say, live your life to the fullest. Like,
Yeah, she had some struggles with it. I mean,
crazy.
because, you know, I'm like the type of person that's like gonna be in a relationship that wants, you know, family and like to have a house
Sure.
and do all that stuff. And she's the type of person that kind of wanted it for a long time, but now she's just like, I don't want that.
It's
and
different.
she owns it now.
Yeah, she embraces it. She's sort of accepted that. Good
Yeah.
for her though. That's pretty cool. And hell, she'll be able to come back and come visit your little munchkins. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. That's awesome. Good for Angel. I actually don't have anything close to that. That is so much cooler than anybody that I can think of. Most interesting. My goodness. I would say, okay, this will be a two-parter. I think my grandfathers are pretty interesting. I've got a biological grandfather on my mom's side and a step grandfather on my mom's side. They were married to the same lady, but they both are uniquely interesting in their own ways. On one hand, my biological grandfather was a drummer in like Detroit during the peak of like Motown and like the 40s and 50s. And so he got a job at this really cool, like trendy, like this really cool, like, I don't know, it was like a bar, restaurant, lounge, this place. And he became the house drummer, which isn't really a thing anymore. But now, like, as I understand it, a house drummer is somebody who,
Awesome.
I guess back in the day, like these artists would come through and tour, but they didn't tour with a band. They traveled to the city, and the band or the venue had the musicians. And so, you know, he's played with Louis Armstrong, Johnny Cash, you know, some of the most amazing, you know, basically every member of the Rat Pack, like all of these fantastic, like crazy musical inspirations. And, you know, he was just like the little lowly old Michigan drummer who was just there at the place and played with these mega stars. It was very cool, and his story and his influence of music was a huge influence of mine as I was younger and growing up, because I went into the family business. I became a drummer, and it's something that I've had forever. So his story is very, very cool. And then on the other side, my other grandfather, at a very young age, turned into a golf professional. And so he ended up going into the military instead of trying for the PGA Tour. But he's been a professional golf instructor for 45 years and has taught like all of these mega people in Ohio. A lot of people who have been amazing. So they're both very interesting, and their stories are really, really cool. And they're not Angela, but very, very cool.
No,
And,
no, I can see like where you get a lot of your stuff from.
I mean,
then.
literally, I play golf and I play drums, and they both directly influenced me growing up and shaped me into wanting to be into those things. So it was very, very cool. Tiny Mouse says, I play drums, but I suck. Yo, drums are a wild animal, and just having the love of music is all that matters. I suck, and being good is a scale, you know, it's all relative.
Yeah, I play bass and I suck.
Like bass guitar.
Yeah, I can play like a few songs.
That's cool.
And I just don't keep up with it because I'm always so busy. But
do you have a bass? Like you own one?
Yeah, a Josephine.
Can we see some GD music on stream here, please? Like, can we show the vinyl? Can we do some Twitch guitar, like something? I need a little something.
Well, my bass amp died recently,
Okay.
but I can. I'm sure my buddy Chad let me borrow his acoustic bass.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
I can play "Killing in the Name."
Oh, it's a jam.
Pretty. Bum, 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 bum.
Killing in the name. I was gonna say, okay, DMCA, chill out on us, don't kill us. Yeah, no, that's a lovely song. That's very cool. I've actually always wanted an acoustic bass. I played drums, and then like as a sophomore in high school, peak drumming identity time, my mom for Christmas out of the blue bought me a guitar, an acoustic guitar. I was appalled. I was like, I don't want a guitar. What the hell is this? Like, take this back. Buy me something with drums. Like, and she was like, yeah, she was like, you know what? Just like, see how you like it for a week. If you don't like it, I'll take it back. And I had a friend at the time who knew how to play guitar, and he gave me like some like really soft lessons, just explained how to tune it, like kind of like what these like frets meant and like a couple basic chords. And next thing I know, I've had a guitar my entire life. But that being said, I've always gravitated towards the bass. I've never known how to play, like, I'm not a great guitarist by any means. I'm like prototypical campfire sing-along. I can play a handful of chords. We can play some popular songs at the family gathering, and then I go home. But at the same time, like, bass and drums are so like linked together that I've always wanted to know how to play bass, and I just never learned. So I'm jealous. I want an acoustic bass, and I want you to play bass on stream for us. That's what I want.
All right.
I would love it.
I'll warm up and I'll get it, and
Yes.
I'll
Please.
I'm like so tone deaf though, so like if I do sing any songs, it's gonna be like.
No, I'm sure you're wonderful. I think it'll be very cool. I have to shout out my friend Mel, who's here. She just came into the chat. GD, I don't know if you know My First Kill, a lovely streamer. I gotta give her credit. She's a single mom of 2 daughters and is out here like
follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like her first like handful of months on Twitch. We love you, Mel. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you were able to stop in and say hello to us. So keep killing it, keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for stopping in. I'm hanging out with GD, an amazing friend of mine, Call of Duty / Fortnite / every other amazing game streamer. She's super, super cool. I mean, look how festive her background is. I mean, are you kidding?
I know, like I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Drop GD a follow, please. Hit her with a follow for me.
There you go.
Just kidding. Thank you, by the way, for the follow and for the biddies. I didn't want to interrupt GD earlier, but thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I got 2 more questions, and then we'll see if chat has anything else. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I know this answer. It's pretty easy. Do you prefer the beach or the mountains?
Mountains.
Oh, you caught me off guard. I thought the Florida in you was going to be a beach person.
No, I used to be like a beach person, but I'd always go like on vacations, like, you know, like the mountains in Tennessee, and I'd go hiking, you know, chimney tops and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always like going out in the wilderness and camping. Like, I love camping. Like, it's insane how much I love it. Like, I want to go in a tent. I want to have a campfire. I want to like cook. and all that stuff. So, and I'm not really allowed out in the sun anymore.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I go to the beach, I get burnt, and then
Sure.
I get in trouble.
And then you get in trouble.
Yeah.
You completely got me, because I assumed the Florida in you was gonna say beach, but it makes a lot of sense why you would love the mountains and you know, the camping and the hiking and everything else. That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid growing up, like I said, we'd be outside all day. I'd be outside in my bathing suit, running around with my brothers, swimming and going wherever and playing with friends at their house swimming. And my mom never put on sunscreen. I just remember all these pictures of us like always burnt, you know. And you know, now I got, you know, pre-melanoma and I cannot go out in the sun.
You got to be really careful. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm officially forever white.
I love it.
Pale is the new tan for me.
Are you able to actually get like spray tan? Like
yeah,
so
I can.
You could maybe, but
like you know, it's just one of those things. Like I'll do it once in a while. Like I'm probably gonna do it because these white legs have not seen shorts in like maybe a year, and I have to go to a Christmas party. So like I might get like organic spray tan going on, so I'm not like blinded by her legs, you know, like I don't need that.
Oh man. Well, I feel like, you know, at this point with a Christmas party during COVID, like nobody's been outside. Like even, well, I guess people in Florida. I'm thinking about myself here in Ohio. Like I haven't seen anybody outside in 8 months. Like everybody at the Christmas party's got white legs. That's just how it is. People will be just stuck. So, well, that's very cool. I didn't expect the mountains, but it makes a lot of sense. And I love the camping. I'm personally, I think I trend a little closer to glamping than I do camping, but I definitely love a campfire. And there's nothing quite like that.
Go back to your RV.
Yeah.
But I will build us a bomb ass campfire.
I love it.
In the morning, we're making breakfast over the campfire. I'm gonna kettle some coffee.
Yep.
We're gonna got this.
Gonna do the whole thing. Imagine we had like a Twitch like retreat, like not Twitch con, but like Twitch
only,
camping,
like invite only, like
our people.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. I love it. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out. Happy Thursday. I have one more official question for GD, and then anything that you guys in the chat want to ask. And then we'll let GD get going, because I know she wants to stream herself, and I want to make sure she gets a chance to get going and getting live. So get some dubbies. Yes. Okay, so I think this one is a really cool question, especially knowing that you are a fan of vinyl and a fan of so much music, which I didn't know and I love. I knew you liked music, but I didn't realize the depths. So that's really cool. If you could live in any era, which era would you choose? I'm thinking fashion, I'm thinking music, I'm thinking all encompassing culture, any era. Where are you gonna be? You said the 50s?
Yeah, probably.
Go back to the 50s?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, minus all, like, the crazy war and all that stuff.
all the bad parts about it?
Minus, like, all the bad parts about the 50s. But being, like, vinyls, the way that they dress, the way that, like, life was, I love that. 50s,
you loved it.
50s, 60s, 70s, for sure.
Okay.
I would go back there.
Very cool.
I mean, like, the 80s, once the 80s rolled around, it's like, you know, I was on the cusp, too. Like, before, like everything, like technology popped up and everything, you know. I just feel like if I could go back in a time frame, I would want to live my life like that, you know, have the family, you take out picnics and you go and do this, you go do that with, and, you know, like husband and wife, like slow dancing in the kitchen doing dishes while their vinyl's playing, you know, and they just had whatever friends over that live across the street, you know, like everyone knows it. I love that shit. I love it.
That is super fun. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, like the music is legendary from that time, and the outfits are iconic, the cars are iconic. That you can't go wrong if you pick the 50s, that's for sure. So this is gonna sound weird, and I got flack last time for this answer. I would want to live in the 90s, but even though I lived through the 90s, I wasn't old enough to enjoy the highlights of the 90s. So like I would want to be old enough to enjoy some of the movies, some of the music, the peak of Michael Jordan, right? Like some of the sports feats and like legendary things. What'd you say?
I would never give you flack for that. I mean, like, it makes sense. So.
Well, people were like, "Well, you were alive during the '90s. What do you mean?" Like that. I would want to be old enough to. Yeah, I mean,
I was like, the only reason why I lived through any of it because I had older siblings who I like basically were babysitting me, and I was going through it, and like they had on the movies, they had on the music, and that's like the only reason why that I was around it.
Yeah, and there's like beyond like what we traditionally saw, in like pop culture and popular television. Like I would want to go deeper into parts, into music, into the clothes, like a starter jacket, right? Like just like some of the goofiness of the 90s that I sort of see.
We need to get a GoFundMe page for a starter jacket for Kimbro.
I would love one of those so much.
Keep it on stream all the time.
I would rock the shit out of that. But yeah, so that's like my answer that I catch flack from people on, but I would go back to the 90s for sure and be able to take it in its full entirety. This is a really good question by Wild. He says, if you could pick anywhere in the world to live for the rest of your life, where are you going to live?
Anywhere, huh?
You can go anywhere.
Anywhere in the world. I'm there forever, huh? I mean,
I know, right?
To be honest, I really haven't traveled outside. Like, I've always wanted to go to Italy, but I don't know. I would want to live somewhere like Italy, maybe. Yeah, it's so hard to say. I just want somewhere like it's super beautiful. All the houses are kind of like stacked up on each other, wherever that is,
Yeah.
Like, I just.
That'd be. It'd be gorgeous.
Right, but like not like the tour. I don't want to live in any like the tourist side of things. Like, I like to go. If I'm gonna go to a place, I want to go. Hey, look at the raid. I want to go to a place that like has like their own like little private, like ride a bike through the mountains and like I said, back in the cabin,
Sure. I love that. I definitely think there's some beautiful parts. I've never been to Europe. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Europe. I think Italy would be gorgeous. The only thing I worry about is so this sounds weird. It probably doesn't really resonate to you guys because you guys have learned to live with it. But as somebody who grew up in the Midwest, I am super nervous about living somewhere where there's natural disasters. Like the one thing about Ohio where I live, you may catch a tornado warning once a summer. That's like a legit worry, but there's no earthquakes. There's no tsunamis. There's no volcanoes. I got nothing. Mother Nature ain't touching me here. And there's something about that I can't get rid of in my head. Liz, thank you so much for the raid, by the way. You're a legend. Welcome in, everybody. We're actually just wrapping up here. We've had our homie GD with me for 21 questions all night, and it has been amazing. She's been so fun, so dynamic. I think we've learned a lot of amazing things about her. And welcome in, Liz. I hope you had a wonderful stream. If you guys are new here, I'm Kimbroplays. Definitely go show some love to our homie GD. We appreciate you guys stopping in and spending some time with us on Thursday. GD, you're a legend. I appreciate you being on.
It was fun.
It was super fun, and I actually had one more question. I told you I wouldn't forget. Back to the movie theater thing and when you used to work in the movies.
Yeah. I
need you to walk me through your ideal movie theater popcorn routine, right?
Ooh,
you're not
I was on popcorn duty some nights.
I know. So you got to
This is a true story. You actually get the popcorn. You can take all the popcorn home with you. Like they scrape it out into trash bags and you throw them in the trash at the end of the night. You can take a fucking trash bag home of popcorn.
Yo, don't tell me that. I'm gonna have to get a side job at the movie. Like, I love movie theater popcorn like it's my business. That is amazing. I love that. It reminds me of a different story from high school, but I don't want to get sidetracked too far. So here's what I want from you on this question. I want to know your personal like movie theater routine, and then like what's the craziest like request or thing you ever saw somebody at the movie theater do, like ask for.
God. So like if I'm actually gonna make it, I want fresh popcorn. Like I'll say like, can I wait for this popcorn? Like I'm gonna ask for fresh popcorn. I don't even like popcorn that much. Like I won't eat it at home, but if I go to the theaters, like we're getting popcorn. Sorry.
I love it.
And so yeah, fresh popcorn, and I want them to fill it up like halfway, and then put like there's like salt that they put on it. Like I picture it like actually mixed together, and then butter, and then mix it together. Like shake it, just shake it. You don't have to like mix it. Just shake the bag so it's like layered evenly, and then do it again. Because I worked in the theater, and I've learned to master popcorn. Okay, but some people they're like, I want butter, and like I'm like pumping it, and like I'm like, your popcorn is soggy now. Like there's literally butter dripping out of my hand, you know, like that.
Some people go a little too hard,
right? Or they're like, there's not enough popcorn. I'm like, literally you just spilled half your popcorn all over the floor because there's too much popcorn. Like
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do for you now.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing too crazy, just like that. More popcorn or more butter, more butter. Like, do you want a straw? You know?
You're gonna drink this? How's this gonna work?
Yeah, exactly. And like enjoy that like buttery moist lap.
I was gonna say, so it kind of reminds me of like my go-to routine, and it's really my dad's routine, and I picked this up from him. I 100% agree with the layers. Like before we get to going on the popcorn, I need you to stop at like the quarter way or like the third. I need a layer at the bottom. Don't just fill it up and then try to pour popcorn on top of everything. I need you to hit me in stages as we go through the bag of popcorn. That's the first part. And then the second part, which I thought, like, my dad has like the best routine of all time. He would take a napkin from like the little stand, right? You've given me my popcorn. I got my stuff. I'm going over. Like there's that little staging area where you can usually add your own salt or whatever. He grabs a napkin, flop, right? Flips it open, pours.
Does he make that noise when he does it?
He does. Flop. I got that from Kevin Hart actually. Flop. He pours salt inside of an open napkin, and then folds it up into like a little pouch, right? And then takes it with him into the theater, because there's nothing worse than we're halfway through the movie and the layer of salt you added when you gave me the popcorn is now gone. I couldn't shake it up anymore. So he then reaches into his pocket, opens up just carefully the pouch of salt, and then can re-salt the popcorn. Pro move.
That's 300 IQ.
Pro move. And it's probably why I have the Kimbro Thinksy mode. I got it from my dad. That is his go-to move, and I have inherited it, and I will pass it down to my kids. And my kids' kids. Right now. I know, right? We've talked about the movie theater and the popcorn experience. Oh, that may be one of the things that's the most heartbreaking about not being able to socialize and get out of your house.
And everything's closed.
There's a lot of things I miss, but nothing, at least for me, growing up, like going to the movies, getting popcorn, the whole routine, the whole thing. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. GD, you're a legend. I'm going to let you go. We've taken you for 2 hours. You rock. GD is about to start her stream. What are you playing tonight? You doing some Warzone?
Yep. We have Just Kidding, Cross, Dr. Slove. We have a tournament coming up. Well, 2 tournaments coming up on the 19th, which is a Saturday. So we're going to do 2 duos, and then we're going to do a quads kill. So
cool.
We're trying to like get our swag down.
I love it. Well, I hope you guys have an awesome time in the tournament. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us. It was a blast. I had so much fun. You are welcome back anytime, and we will see you in your stream very soon. Everybody go follow GD. Okay, we can find you on Twitch, obviously. We got you at what? Instagram, Twitter. Am I missing anything else?
I don't really use Facebook. YouTube, I really don't use. I have a TikTok now. I'm gonna start making TikTok.
Let's go.
I'm getting into it.
And we're at Goddammit on all of those platforms.
All of them.
That's a beautiful thing, GD. We appreciate you so much. I'm gonna let you go. You guys have an awesome stream tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and
Bye,
we will see you
everybody.
soon. We'll see you later,
Bye.
GD.
Thank you.
Yo, what a legend. What a legend, GD. A wonderful supporter of what we do here. A dear friend. I'm very, very lucky that we've crossed paths here on Twitch. And I'm really happy she came on, and I'm very thankful that you guys came to hang out with us tonight. Happy Thursday.